lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
So over the weekend, Donald Trump and the UFC had some fights over at the White House. And as you can see, Josh Hokit, he got up there and said some foolishness. Now, President Obama, former President Obama hasn't been in office for like 10 years, right? But this guy, he gets up there and calls Michelle Obama a man. Now, this is the thing, right? I told you guys on what Donald Trump ran on, and because he ran on that, all of the trailer trash is coming out, and they're saying a whole bunch of disparaging things about black people. You're seeing court cases, and everything is just wild, and it's turning wild. They're redistricting everything. They took federal provisions off and sent everything back to the state. It's a whole bunch of things that Donald Trump has done within 2 years, right? 2 years, right? And that's a whole nother argument. But the question is, why did he feel emboldened to even make that statement while in the White House, right? While in the White House. Now, there's a lot of people calling Donald Trump and these radical Republicans to condemn this behavior, but they won't do it. They even had this conversation on CNN.
Sarah, why is it so hard for Trump to say that this was wrong when it was obviously offensive and wrong, and people who may share his politics are very clearly saying such?
I think expecting Trump to say or do the right thing is useless and disappointing. Look, this is the guy who posted a racist meme of the Obamas depicted as monkeys. This is a guy who posts memes depicting himself as Jesus Christ. There's no decency or decorum in this White House. And when the White House was asked for comment, they also praised the performer, praised the performance of the fighter. They didn't comment on it. They had every opportunity to condemn it. And yes, it's nice hearing folks like Dave Portnoy and Dana White come out and denounce this attack. But it shouldn't take a pressure campaign from people on the right to get the president to do the right thing. You should immediately condemn something like this. Something really interesting, though, is that we have seen Trump willing to condemn conspiracy theories like this. He did it with President Macron of France and his first lady, his wife, when she faced similar accusations of being a man. And Candace Owens saying it. President Trump came out and said that that wasn't true and condemned it. But then he can't do the same thing for Michelle Obama. Makes you wonder, what's the difference between those two women in his eyes? Think that it is really pathetic of this administration, and it's really pathetic of that White House spokesperson. As a former deputy press secretary myself, I would be embarrassed to have my name on a remark like that, praising the performance of the fighter. I mean, come on, it's pathetic. She has not been in office, or her husband has not been in office, and she has not been the first lady for nearly a decade, and yet she continues to live rent-free in these losers' heads.
Now, D.L. Hughley will go on to condemn this, where he put only two kinds of people went to the White House last night for the UFC event: racists and people who have no problem with racists, right? The same people who watched and defended that roast will watch and defend this UFC event. And listen, it is what it is, but this is what Make America Great Again and running on this America stuff, right? Now, Shannon Sharp, he also spoke on this. Shannon Sharp on a nightcap. They said this.
He won the fight. He beat Derek Lewis. I thought the extra stuff at the end was unnecessary. If you want to talk about an individual, fine, the guy that I'm fighting. But when you go outside and you try to take a jab at something, bro, come on, bro. You're not that funny. You're not that entertaining. And nobody thought you were funny. It's easy. And all you did was perpetuate a racial stereotype that you've been saying for years. Yeah. They said the same thing about Venus and Serena. Every time a black woman becomes something, some people from that side try to take a shot at them. It's been going on. I mean, when is it going to be enough?
Never.
You don't see, we get in position, we don't do anything like that. We don't take no shots at nobody like that. But they do it all the time, and it's cool.
Yeah, it was very unnecessary.
Sometimes I wonder. Let's just say for the next 20 years, the roles are reversed. Like the roles were for 400 years, we just want 40.
That ain't gonna happen.
Just hypothetical. Just wake up one day like, oh, what? You mean to tell me? We get to just do stuff, and oh well, we get 12 people on the jury that look just like us, our same skin complexion. Oh yeah, not guilty. I mean, there are people in there filing their nails, doing everything they want to do, ain't even paying attention. You already know what's gonna happen.
A lot of black Americans are upset at this, and they're livid. But Shannon Sharpe is the same one who can't help with every time I turn around, he's running behind the mayonnaise, right? He gets in trouble. Every woman that accused him of something that could have ruined his career was these mayonnaise women. He can't get enough of them, right? All these people that got a problem, all of y'all contracted them with the Diamond Society, and you do anything to be up under them and around them, but then you act like you shocked when they do some racist stuff, right? So us grassroots, we've been calling this stuff out, but it goes on deaf ears. But now, listen, I'm glad that this stuff is happening, because now it lets us know where they can't say America's not a racist country no more, and have more than half the country of these people like this are racist, right? This is bringing out something that we was trying to blow the whistle on, because a lot of y'all got in prominent positions and you said, well, these people changed, they're no longer racist, and you start coming after us, making us seem like we're the bad guys. Well, guess what? Joke's on y'all, right? So he get up there, and again, why was he emboldened to even say something like that? But then you got his supporters saying this.
Okay, I'm confused. Why is the left upset at this winner's comments at the White House UFC Fights America 250 event? It's unfortunate that this clip, and pretty much this clip, is garnering all the attention when the speeches by the other UFC fight winners were incredibly patriotic, tinged with biblical themes as well. But as far as this guy's comments go, I have a hard time getting upset about it. First off, if you saw the ridiculous celebrity-laden counter-protesting in this Rise Up, Sing Out concert event that took place, and the commentary there, yeah, I'm hard-pressed to get bothered by this at all. But that being said, why get bothered by his Michelle Obama comments anyway? If you're on the left, why would you be offended by that? Why would that be a negative? If you want to say he's spreading a falsehood, okay, right? In terms of confirmation, we may never know. But if, let's just say for the sake of argument, that Michelle Obama was a man, that would just be celebrated by Democrats, and Obama would be exalted even more so than he already has been as our former president. We've got a lot to talk about on the show today. This is just a part of it. Listen or watch live 6 to 9 a.m. Central Time. You can listen on the iHeartRadio app. You can head over to YouTube and find me, John Justice, Jon, or go to the Twin Cities News Talk X or Facebook page. And you can always get caught up on the podcast. And in celebration of America 250, follow me.
And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Now, there's a lot to unpack there, because he's saying that, basically saying that if she was a man, why would the Democrats be complaining? Because you guys support LGBTQ rights and the gays and all that. You support this stuff. That's what he's saying. But those are two different arguments. For you to insinuate that this woman is a man with no proof, right, it brings up a whole lot of racism on the way that you depicted the image of black women and the way that you portray black women, period. And for you guys to sit there and say that and then invoke the Bible just lets us know that we don't practice the same Christianity. You people are a troglodyte beast, right? And you see, you don't practice anything in regards to Christianity. To make that statement like that and then to get up there and justify it and then invoke the Bible, let me tell you something what these people are doing. They're invoking the patriarchal society and their racism, and they're exposing it to the world, right? And now the whole world can see it in a 2026 lens. It's not 1932. The things you got away with in the past, you can't do now, right? They're doing that. And then they're discrediting the Bible by putting this stuff out, by putting the Bible out in front of all their rhetoric, right? So now people just throwing it all away. But this is what a Beelzebubian does, a 666 jackal does, right? These people are Beelzebubians, and they're here to spread demonic misinformation in 2026. This is what they do, right? But you had a lot of people that took umbrage with this and was also upset with this, and they voiced their opinion.
Was this the point? Was this the point of the whole UFC backyard trailer trash brawl in front of the White House, to go after a black woman who has nothing to do with any of the events? That black woman ain't got shit to do with none of this, but yet y'all can sit there and still be racist and be trashy at the same fucking time. This is why I say, for any white person that says racism doesn't exist, there's your sign. Most educated first lady in history, because y'all forget that she's an Ivy League graduate ×2, a lawyer, a mother, a wife, an educator. Y'all will still find y'all way to disrespect.
So a UFC fighter at the UFC 250 decided it was the best time to insult the former first lady of this country, the only first lady of color of this country, the only black first lady of the country. And what I have to say to that is, we live in their heads rent-free, because it's not making sense to me how you're at a UFC fight to celebrate the president's, y'all's president's, birthday, on the marking of a historic year for the United States, and the thing that you want to say in your speech about winning is Michelle Obama is a man. It just shows the bigotry, misogyny, racist behavior of that fan base. You can't get us out of their heads. At no point in time did Michelle Obama was at the fight. At no point in time was Michelle Obama the president. At no point in time did Michelle not birth two children, because she did. She has 2 children that she birthed, so I don't know what you're talking about. And it just shows. A couple months ago, they were apes, and Donald Trump retweeted it. And now I just don't understand the disdain for the Obamas so bad. Barack Obama has not been in office in over a decade. It's weird.
Joe Rogan slick had a little smirk on his face. But Joe Rogan, you knew what he was about to say. You knew he was about to say something crazy. That should have been checked when he said it. Because I don't have to sit here and say what Michelle Obama means to the black community, magically melanated, aka black community, what she means specifically to little black girls. Black women too, but little black girls. But not only that, to the black race in America, period, what she means. And we know with Barack Obama what he means. But he's emboldened enough because he don't feel like anything's going to happen to him. He offended an entire race and community of people that look up to Michelle Obama, because we know what Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, what they signify. They signify hope, aspirations, positivity in the black community here in America. But he said that, laughed it off like it's funny. But Dana White, we need more than just words, man. We need more than just words. Because he was where Barack Obama resided as the first black president in America, where Michelle Obama resided as the first black first lady of America. He was on that property.
So y'all gotta let me know what's y'all opinion on what y'all think about this. Are y'all upset because they disrespected Michelle Obama, or some of you out there because you're so upset with the Democratic Party and the things that they support? You okay with this? What's your opinion on this? I feel like it was very disrespectful, it was distasteful, and this is what I expect coming from these people. This is what they do. They have the inability to actually bring justice. They don't know what justice is, right? They have a chip missing. Something's wrong with them. And they only see it one way. Because if somebody would have disrespected Donald Trump's wife, like that and got at her, oh, it'll be the end of the world. They be using their media to demonize everybody, right? But for some reason, they justify this and make it seem like it's okay. But this is what happened. This is the nature of these people. But they condition you to believe that you are the ninja. You are the worst person on the planet. And they've been saying this stuff for so long that you believe it. You believe it. Jack Sparrow and the Pirates of the Caribbean have conditioned you to believe that you are worse than them, when they have the whole history of doing all kinds of horrific things and depicting you in a way less than desirable. This is what they've done. This is what they've done. And they use their media to make you believe that you are the worst person on the planet. And look at these people's behavior. Look at them. They are untamed, uncontrollable, you know what. But y'all let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, and leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.